Welcome to today's presentation. I'm your tutor Maston. So today we'll be looking at the role of small businesses in the economy, and we'll look at the following items. We are going to consider the natural resources in relation to entrepreneurship. We will look at the economic growth and development, and also we'll discuss the socio-economic role of small businesses in the economic growth and development. The development of entrepreneurship and small-scale business sector is a key factor in economic development of any country. So many governments have come to recognize the importance of this sector as an engine to economic development. This sector operates as an engine by working to exploit the country's natural resources to produce goods and services needed by the people. So we shall now consider these natural resources and see how they relate to entrepreneurship. By their nature, natural resources are building blocks for entrepreneurial activities. Several entrepreneurial activities do emanate from the efficient and effective utilization of these natural resources. The extent to which a country is endowed with natural resources may contribute a great deal to that country's level of entrepreneurship. Everything we see under the sun comes from various natural resources given to us by creation. So these natural resources can be grouped into land resources, water resources, forest resources, human resources. Yeah, these four. So we will consider land resources. We find under land resources we have activities like farming, clay for pottery, stone for masonry. We've got a stone for minerals, sand for glass, also in building, stone used in cement, and also in building, and so on and so forth. Underwater resources, you'll find activities like fishing, energy generating, and power. There's irrigation there and agriculture. We find water for domestic and industrial use, and many more things. And when you look at the forest resources, you've got also activities such as sawmilling, wood and energy. We make furniture there. There's honey production. We collect wood fruits. We collect herbal medicines and many other activities. And then we have human resources. We know these other activities cannot take place without human resource. Under human resource, we find the skills from the people. There's intellectual capacity and there's knowledge. There's also effort and time that the human resource puts in. Let us now look at economic growth and development. Economic growth refers to the rate at which the economy is growing. It can be positive or it can be negative. If the GDP is growing higher than the population in a given period of time, then the standard of living is increasing for the people. And if the GDP is growing slower than the population, then in that case, the standards of living are falling. So that's the meaning of economic growth. And now development refers to positive change in the welfare of the people in a country. The changes include an increase as well as an improvement in the services such as education, medication, transport and communications, etc. So it is in the provision of these goods and services that an entrepreneur comes in. It is the work of the entrepreneur and private sector to produce improved goods and services. The improved goods and services will enhance the development of a country through trade, production, and finance. So at this point, let's consider the various critical roles that entrepreneurs play. There are various critical roles that small enterprises play in contributing towards economic growth and development. And these have been highlighted below, so let's consider them one by one. The first one is the provision of products and services. The fundamental economic function of small businesses are to make and distribute the products and services that people want. So entrepreneurs play the role of discovering and satisfying consumer demands. Therefore, the general population depends on the entrepreneurs for provision of various goods and services that they need for their livelihood. The second role of entrepreneurs is that of job creation. Business ventures are the major providers of employment. The level of employment is crucial to any nation's well-being. Even micro enterprises with only 2 to 3 jobs play a very big role in contributing to economic growth and development. The other role is that of provision of income and livelihood. Through job creation, small businesses provide an income to its stakeholders in form of salaries and wages. The other role is that of raising government revenue in form of taxes. Small businesses contribute to the national treasury through various taxes, levies, rates, and licensing fees. We know that without taxes on the incomes of individuals and businesses, governments would not afford to provide the social amenities required. There is also foreign exchange earnings. Small enterprises that export their products and services contribute to economic growth and development through foreign exchange that they earn for the country when they sell their products abroad or across or out of the country. They gain some foreign exchange. There is also the role of transferring technology. It is through innovation and operations of small enterprises that technology is transferred from one place to another. We have witnessed the transfer of various technologies from one place to another due to the enterprising activities of business communities. Small enterprises also contribute to economic growth and development through by supplementing government efforts through the provision of facilities such as medical, education, waste management, etc. Most entrepreneurs also utilize local materials to produce what people need in the country. Entrepreneurship also plays a part in prevention of monopoly. Monopoly in trade, industry, and business holding is very common in developing countries. It largely thrives due to political backing and lack of sufficient number of entrepreneurs. So planned efforts to encourage and support self-employment goes a long way to prevent monopoly. Many self-employed people, they begin to manufacture goods and services which otherwise remain a prerogative of a selected few. So these are just a few of the roles of entrepreneurs and small businesses. Otherwise, there are the roles of small businesses and entrepreneurs in the economic growth and development are countless. So this brings us to the end of today's presentation. Please subscribe and share the video. Subscribe and share the video.